What's that all about, Philip? What's that all about? That's what I want to ask you, tell you. It's no laughing matter. It's quite serious when I say allegations that are going to sting everybody with pound notes on their head, and I mean big pound notes. They're already in the NX invoice company in London, right? I'm following the law. They'll buy the book, Philip, right back to the beginning. Whose authority got you on the land in the first place? On whose authority? Not the Queen's. Go back to the kings that made the titles in the first place, right? The founding and the exploration of Abel Tasman and Captain James Cook. That's Morris Baker, where I'm going to shift back to, up in Taheke, and his Taheke Marae, on his land, Thomas Cook, the first bishop in the little church house. He's in a Ratana church and Wellesley church in his family, Horitikuri and Ramaka, at that period of time, 1823, Ramaka and King George IV. Hey, I've got the titles, Philip. You might be a policeman, but I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, and I aim to get my land back. I've been shoved off on the East Coast. All my land blocks there have been shoved off because the trustees here are crooked, Philip. The iwi Maori trustees got caught out on Waitangi National Trust. They've caught out. They've been defrauding their own people up there, and now they're caught up with their history. I'm taking them to court. I'm taking everyone to court on the Queen's side, everyone. And I'm saying, out of all the people in the world, of 7 billion people, 1 billion is on the Crown Queen side, and 5 billion is left. 5 billion out of the 7 billion, 1 billion is elite. That's feeding off all the poor people's land in the world, and the other 2 billion for others that are not in the British system. That's Russia and BRICS. And you're left with 5 billion that are claimants on this king side. That's what I'm putting it out to, Philip. I'm going to get all those people behind us to take everything off the Queen and dissolve her trust. Okay, all your business, and switch it back to the king. Okay, so that's what I want to say. I can get on with my website now. Cheers. We got this camera going, and we got... Oh, it's run out of battery. That one's run out of battery. But we've got the main one on YouTube going to the world, watching. Today it's Tuesday, the 6th of March 2019. I'm John Wanoa, the surrogate of this flag, speak for the King inside King's Bench Court, which is there in all courts, and the Queen's Bench Court has got a silent king on the opposite end of it in there. They can't do without the king in their courts. Put it that way, Philip. You can't do without a king inside a Queen's Bench Court. There, I'm speaking for the king. Your Queen has defrauded with her Rothschild family, the banks, all that fiat money that's been raking around and using our trust, our Queen Victoria Trust, the Intuition New Zealand Trust, and also the Waitangi National Trust, has raked all the money out of here and the world, and the tax haven in Cook Islands has defrauded everybody in the world of tax, tax dodging or tax evasion in the Cook Islands, and also the money gone to the Netherlands and to the World Bank. That's come out of the League of Nations, out of the BNZ Bank, out of Awaroa Native Magistrate Court Bank in Helensville. That's the Manukau Rogan family's title. I'm holding all those documents, Philip, to you and the police in New Zealand, and no one's going to frighten me about Cook Street. Those people on there are fraud crooks. They are criminal. Philip, I can say that to their face, to anybody's face on this, right through the world, that they have committed crimes. They're not going to get away with it. John Key's not going to get away with it, even though he's in the bank, ANZ, Australian New Zealand Bank in Australia. He's not going to get away with it, Philip. No one's going to cover him up this time. I've got the people on my side. I've gone 20 years to get this far, just to get back on my land. Just to get on my land, because it's your people in the Queen's side that looks really crooked and fraudulent right in front of the whole world. And all the paedophiles, all those are being caught out now. Trump is catching them out. And in the end, the police here is liable. Every police is liable. You're going to have to pay the bill. I'm sorry, but you'll have to pay the bill. All of you are going to spread the 970 million trillion pound note right through the whole of you because you've been ignorant against me, locked me up, unlawfully, illegally, locked me up, and then just let me go as if nothing happened. You took away my dignity, my royal side of my family on this land. You underestimated me, your police, out of order. The court's out of order. It's all a mess in the justice system here. Is that fraud, that much fraud in New Zealand. It's all over my Facebook. All the documents I've got on my Facebook, I'm using all those as evidence against anyone in this country and around the world for that matter, in Canada and Australia. We've got people there waiting for me in the native magistrate court to take back our control in our land ownership. And all you people on the other side, I'm afraid you're going to lose all your assets. That's it. You've been ignorant against us. Now it's around the other way. It's our turn to take back what belongs to us and to boot all you people off the land. That's it. Boot you off because you've broken our laws in the courts in Britain. The King's Bench Court is still there. You can't take that away because it's fixed in this flag. None of your business. It's private. And if you don't know that, it was burnt down. The Westminster Parliament was burnt down in 1834, but we've got the records here, and that's why you've got nothing to go on to come up against me in this flag. I'm here for this flag, and it's a British flag. It's not any other flag. It's a British flag. It was given to paramount chiefs, not to Maori or Iwi or any of the other people who are flying it around. It's not legal with them. That's why it's not got anywhere. But somebody's making money. Philip, the Queen's using this flag, and I'm going to take it off her with those people in Britain. I'm going to take it off her and stop her, and the wars stop, because this is what's causing all the wars, Philip. This flag. This is causing all the wars because it's in the wrong hands. The Queen and her thug pirate family is going to get the boot. The Rothschilds are going, their banks are going, and that's it. If the people don't want it, they don't want it. And the people of the world don't want them either. So that's the end of that. Okay, so that's all I want to say with this video. I'm going to go now and get the website going next. Andy, I've called the police, and that's the end of that. Oh, that's run out. I run out of gas on the thing. So that's only the YouTube video going at the moment. So to all the Facebook fans, or to all the people been watching the shares, I'll just put it this way. I've found my old moaipowerhouse.com edit section because I'd lost the passwords and I couldn't find it anywhere. But by a stroke of luck, I pushed the Google button and then my old phone rang, and there it was, the code, and I opened it up. And now I can edit it and put the buttons in. So and my old email, platinaseaweed@gmail.com, there it was. The TransferWise had already approved my application, and I didn't have to panic. They thought I was a informant or posing as the company on the other site, moaipowerhousegroup.com and moaipowerhousegrouplimited.com. Two other sites that we set up to try and have it on its own. Didn't work, really. It took too much time. It's taken too much time of mine to make a new website and to put all the words in, and I just need to stay with the old one and run along with that, because that's my plan, and I can say what I like about it, and I'll design it so that it works out the way I say. It's not for anybody to criticise or throw things at it. They haven't got anything better. What's going to happen? Life without the Queen, life without the Rothschild banks, life without anything that's going on, life without Brexit, life without EU Parliament. That's what you're facing now. You're going to have no pensions, no benefits, no nothing. So what are you people in the common law going to do? How are you going to back up against the Muslims that have got the control of the place with the money? They've got black gold money. And what have you got? you're going to have to get money from somewhere. So you better start growing some vegetables or selling something to get land. And it won't be your roads anymore. It'll be somebody else if I don't do anything about it with this flag. Okay? But I have the right to do what I'm doing. And so far, somebody's watching me. And I just let Philip know in the police here. I'm clear to go. He'll check up on what I'm doing. And the last time he saw me, I was in hospital. So now I'm not in hospital, and make sure anything like this can drive your heart right out of business. And I'd be very careful not to get upset from people who are throwing stones, and just ignore them. I just ignore them now and just carry on and say, I told you so. Now, then, I told you so later when it's too late. So I'm really, really happy. I've got our website back. You'll see the buttons now, and you can donate. One button for donate. Push that one and goes through PayPal or Tor, FX, money transfer, or through XE. So those have been approved. They were approved just about the same day. And I wondered why I had to put so much information through, because they were trying to identify who the hang I am on those other sites as if I wasn't the real one, but they knew the old site was the real one. So we've sorted that out now. And so you press the button, 3 buttons, one for the donations. You can put as much as you want in. You don't have to any fixed amounts. I'm not going to go funding for a certain figure. What I get, I'm happy with. As long as I can get right through and fly back. I've got to go in a full circle to get back here. I've got to have an end time, and I've got to come back for my pension anyway. So I'm going on a limited amount of funds to get this big project going. I didn't want to give it to angels or any other investor, because I'll take the whole lot off and steal it. I want to hold it as long as I can for the small people to get a share. And that's all it is. I'll start off with nothing, because if I had a lot of money, I wouldn't be talking like this and going down this level of right on the ground level. So we've got that button for donate at your will. And then we've got the shares button to buy shares, because it is a share company. It's registered as a share company. And now I've found all your missing deposit forms, and I'll get those up to date. I've got Jamie Patrick Stewart here in New Zealand, up the road from here, to do those. I've told her a couple of days ago that she can start on that and work her way up back to where we were before on that moaipowerhouse.com site. She did some of the artwork in the pound notes and also with the site as well. So we'll be back operating remote with Kevin Rice here, the manager of the business here, and his name is on the website as partner to me to run this business. So he's got the brain, the experience, hands-on with marine engineering, and he's got his engineering shop. You'll see it outside. And he looks after all the machinery here on this 18-acre block that belongs to a Malaysian millionaire or billionaire, I don't know, but he owns a lot of property in New Zealand. And so he's got a long lease here, and so I'll go back to Morris's up in Taheke and set myself up. He's getting me a cabin so I can be private, and the cat won't jump all over my computer and break things. And the cat's getting just a bit too heavy. Now the dog finds his way in and runs around the place as well, but they're good animals I love. So we've got that button, the share button. We've got 4 shares. A is £25, B is £1,000, C is £10,000, and D is £1 million. So the idea was this. The small shares can be for kids with SIM card, as a name and a number, and you just needed one email address and a parent to have one phone that they can control over those shares as being administering that business. And so that's how a £25 share. I'm going to use the first 1 million shares out of 1 billion shares as free share for the first lot of £25 share um, um, purchasers, buyers of those ones, and also the £1,000 one. I think I'll just do those two only in that smaller, lower income bracket area. So then the next bracket is the 10,000 to 1 million. Those are contract with our company on a license to build the tidal turbine, all the gear, the all the materials, steel, generators, and so forth, turbines and so forth, from the Chinese company first, but Harold Link from Thailand. He is still a pending business partner with me. We haven't cut ties with his company, B Grimm Group, and his power projects are the biggest in Thailand. And I've got that year of Prospectus, a year of business plans, and a year, this 2017-2018. I'll be putting that with these shares on this one, and it'll go into the England project. So the England project of shares, for those shares, is for Margate, the area of Margate to Dover, in between there, and out of shipping lanes. The turbine goes out midway to the Isle of Man and can go both ways to England and to Ireland, to back to Belfast. So that's that one project there, can go both ways there, and as well as that was Ireland and England in that channel, from Dover across. Hang on, let me see. That's from Belfast to Isle of Man, and from Isle of Man to Liverpool. So that's that turbine for England and Ireland. That's still Britain, to Belfast, UK, Britain, under that title, St. Patrick, here on this flag. That's where I'm going on there, and also in Dover to Calais in France, off 30 miles off the coast of Margate, back towards Dover, midway, out of shipping lanes over there. That's the other turbine that will be hydrogen economy and liquid hydrogen and jet fuel, also industrial fuel and automotive fuels, and power generation, electricity and hydrogen heating, and that's that project, right? That's England, and then we've got East Cape at the same time off my land blocks at Ranfurly Bay. That's 30 land blocks I've got on the east coast as all that real estate that I want to develop at Loudon Point. I want that land back with my ancestor, the motel at Loudon Point. I want that land back, and the land next to it that I told them that I wanted back, the Woods family, and they sold it. See, they got out because they knew I'm coming down to take it. So those people have to get their money back from the land transfer, and I'm going to take it land back into my own ancestry title where it was in the first place. The Woods were there before 1830, so they had it illegally anyway. They hopped on the land, and those are the only lands that are freehold. The rest is Maori land, with the road in Maori land as well. That's why they couldn't sell it, but they sold it anyway to somebody local. So I want that back. I want that land back. I want all the land back that I'm on, and they wouldn't give me. The trustees wouldn't give me. Now it's my turn. It's around the other way, Philip. It's around the other way now. Now, unless they show me a title, that's it. It doesn't belong to them anymore. I'll terminate the lease and of the King's Crown lease on the lands, and that's the end of that. Unless you've got a title bigger than that, there's no deal with you. Someone's going to have to pay that bill back, and it's all fraud, Peter, Philip. It's all, what I'm saying is fraud until someone comes up with something and says it's not. I'm waiting for someone to say that. John Key, he's not going to get away with it, Philip. He's not going to get away with all that he's done in the Panama Papers, fraud, and they're covering it up right through Westminster as well. So we're going to get rid of Westminster because that's where the problem is, there. We get them rid of them. That's our determination. and our authority as the people of the land to get rid of them in there because they're no use to us. They're no use to us anymore, Morris, Sean Morris. You know what to do. We've got a job to do, and it's got to be now. The time is right. The time is high and nigh. And so it's our day in court. We're going to have our day in court because we're lost in their courts all these years. So I'm saying this in the High Court in London. I'll put that case through there to test the King's Bench Court out in that court with this flag, okay, to see what they say. They can't touch our flag and legislate it out. No, that's nothing to do with them. They don't know what contracts are. You better read your contract laws because I know what I'm talking about and where you got your authority from. Where do you get your authority from in the first place? Not from a queen. No, it's come from an author of these documents that have been fashioned in the King William side of look. So that's number 2 button, the share button. And our income from shares is from fraud, recovery of land, of babies, of all the babies that have been stolen, Philip. They've stolen all our babies, the police over here, through the social welfare system and screwed them. They've screwed them, put their cocks in them and wrecked their lives. The paedophiles, all those people in Westminster and here. Philip, I'm saying that raw, straight out. They took those kids and stole them from their mothers. I'm talking for mothers now and families that have got their kids stolen and then those bastard politicians screwed them in Finchley Road, right? 788, 790 Finchley Road. There, that's where all this crooked thuggery Crown Corporation's business of Rothschilds and the Queen, royal family, has been all these years committing those heinous crimes. They are devils, and we're saying that. Now look at the Pope. He's being arrested, and Italy's taken over the Vatican. That's all bullshit as well, Philip. Everything is bullshit with the Queen, with no coronation, no seal, no bullshit. The whole bloody lot, and all the people employed underneath her, is going to get the bill, Philip. The police in New Zealand are going to get the bill right amongst them because they did that to me. I'm saying I'm royal Tahitian, Wanoa family, with my memorial standing in London, that Moai statue, Philip. That's my family. Who stole it? Queen Victoria, 1868, went with these other documents that she fashioned with the Rothschilds to make a title with our memorials. They had nothing to rub 2 stones together. Philip, nothing. Over here to you too, you're going under that policy of that Crown Corporation. It's a job. Yeah, I know it's a job. But hey, I'm not sick. I had a heart attack going through all this. 2 heart attacks, actually, going through all this trouble. Not anymore. I'm coming out of that now. I'm coming out fresh as a daisy. Right, I've been pushing weights in Otahu when I was there. I really made my way back from that time there, where you are in Otahu. Right, I haven't forgotten that place. I really like the gym there and the $38 million complex there. I so much enjoyed swimming and using as a pension. I'm still running this business on pension, Philip, and that's a big job for me. I'm taking this right by myself, all the whole lot, everything, all of it by myself, and set up China business as well. I can show you all of that, how much work I've done in China to set all these turbines up, and all the ships and everything. It's no bullshit. It's no bullshit. I've done my homework here, and these lands, especially lands. I've got Morris now, his land. How you got on these lands, Philip? He's got the title over there. He's got the title. He's Baker family, and he's Hori Tikuri, Rameka, native judge, native at the time, put those titles together. And I've got them. I've got the titles to Auckland. I've got the whole lot because you know why, Philip? Those paramount chiefs gave them to me because they didn't trust any Maori. That's why I'm holding on to them for them, and they're watching me get our land back, Philip, and that Cook Street. That's been stolen. It's been corrupted. The title is bad.